What's going on, gamers? We got some stuff to talk about here when it comes to Sony lately being on fire, PlayStation, and the doubts about Marathon and how people were wrong about their predictions on Marathon. Now, PSSR 2 is basically dominating the topics as well. And Sony in general, pulling their games from Steam, like there's a lot going on here. Got to give them credit what they do. They turned around a lot of things. So yeah, first of all, Resident Evil Requiem is on fire. We know it sold 5 million worldwide, but Marathon is already #1 on Steam. That's something instantly to talk about here. It's like, okay, and a lot of people doubted it, but I said the best thing Bungie did, along with Sony, is deciding to delay the game and not try to get it out and get a quick profit. They played the long term. By playing the long term, that's going to help them out. So we see right here, this includes free to play too. Resident Evil Requiem is on fire. You know what I mean? When it comes to the PC world, you know, shooter, 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 shooter. It's Western society. And then Crimson Desert, which looks like that game is going to be incredible. I'm excited for that game. But Marathon is literally right around the corner, right? It's #1 on Steam. We see it right here. So this right here is a notification of people were wrong. It's Bungie. So you have to realize they have a history with gamers all the way back on the Xbox days, right? You see the battle rifle gameplay up in there too. It's PvP, you know what I mean? And it's going to be more PvP focused, I think, than Arc Raiders. They're trying to make Arc Raiders more PvE, which I think is cool. It has a balance of both, and the game is doing very well, but it's still selling and it's been on a long time. We're going to have to see how Marathon is in the long term, but right now it looks like Marathon is on fire. People are excited for it. They liked the playtest. Bungie did that not just once, but twice. And these are the things that you want to do. And then we got some more information to talk about. You know, you see stuff going on here. Pre-orders right now, it's up there on PlayStation. So it's seeming to do well. And then it's coming out on Xbox as well. So I don't see how this game could possibly fail. I think Bungie knows what they're doing. They've seen the mistakes they made. And then you had some people doing this. And it's like, no, 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 no. This is not true because it's not in the same ballpark. They cleaned up their mess with what they did before. And they got some promises coming to people. We're going to read some comments here, but then we got another thread to talk about. This guy says more like Helldivers 3 than Concord 2.0. I don't know about that. But this just went up and then going down here. This is where I feel like where Bungie is doing something intelligent, because when you make a game like this, definitely if it's going to be live service, you need to let people know what the hell's going on. What's your roadmap going to be? How do you plan to treat your base immediately? And the smart thing they're doing is right now in Marathon, seasonal gameplay content is free for all players to access or earn, including zones and runner shells. So right off the bat, they're not going to try to milk you because they're trying to build a base here. That's the thing with live service. It's really about keeping it going for a long time. People are going to give you money if they like your game. You know what I mean? We'll get the PSSR 2 in a second and stuff like that. But speaking of that, this game is going to have PSSR 2 comparisons. Get ready for that because that's going to be interesting seeing how Marathon PSSR 2 is going to be, you know, stacked up against PC. We know Xbox is not going to be able to compete, but it's going to be nice seeing that comparisons. Either way, Bungie games are pretty much optimized, so it's going to run very well. There is no pay for power. This is another thing that's really good. So not only are you getting seasonal gameplay content for free for all players to access or earn, you can earn it. Seasonal content earned, good thing here, because that means that I'm engaging with your game. I'm going to be able to earn something out of it. This is the type of stuff that I like, including zones and shells, meaning characters. They're not trying to make you pay for it every time a new character comes out in these type of games. This is why they're charging money for it. You notice that they're not going to just advertise it to where, you know, you got to buy it. And no paying for power, skills. So after that skill issue, right? You know, this is the thing that's been going on for a while in the industry. Reward passes do not expire. Another thing, where they hit you with this homo effect. Or FOMO effect, sorry. Yeah, if I say, yeah, FOMO. A fear of missing out, though. That's my thing. Like, guys, fear of missing out is one of the most manipulative tactics in the industry. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean this simply. Reward passes do not expire, right? On most of these games, they give you a time limit so that you can rush in and spend money, or they try to make you feel like you're left out, right? That's what the FOMO effect is, fear of missing out. So right off the bat, the first three things they do here are very good. They're not trying to manipulate you. and they're trying to keep this game afloat, which they're probably worried a little bit, so they're doing all the right things. But this is the things you want to do anyways. Like I said, I do not like games that make passes expire because, like I said, they're trying to manipulate you and get you to spend money, and then you feel left out and you see somebody else walking around with it, and that's what I mean. That stuff is annoying. It's psychological manipulation. You can buy previous seasons rewards passes if you wish. This is what I mean. That's the stuff I'm talking about. You can unlock rewards in your rewards passes using Silk, which is earned by playing the game. Silk cannot be purchased. So this means something else you can earn. So they're trying to keep ways to keep you engaged into the game. That way that everything you can get involves you playing the game, not sitting around hitting a buy button. These are good things. We're going to see how it turns out though. Premium pass rewards only include cosmetics, not gameplay items. Good. It's just optional vanity. Cosmetics are also earnable through the codex, with others available for purchase. The premium currency Lux can only be used for cosmetics, not gameplay advantages. See, guys, this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Like, this is what I mean by, like, if a lot of other people follow these type of models, and we know there's probably going to be better games than this, or games that are out like this, if they would have followed that model, it would have benefited them more instead of getting greedy and manipulating people. Sony's making the right decisions with this. This is one thing that I feel like they do a good job with in general, because if we go to Helldivers, it's the same way. You are paying the $39, sure, but you can earn currency in the game. They're not trying to microtransact you to death, but the option is there if you want to spend money for cosmetics or certain other things. But the fact that you can do all this is smart, because that means that people are going to keep on playing the game more rather than sitting around just hitting the buy button and just doing that. No, keep them busy playing the game. The point of in-game and games like this is that I can always stay engaged. Bungie games usually have this type of formula where people can play them for a long time. And by them doing all this right off the bat, they're making sure you stay engaged. That's the important thing. So getting to like another topic next, is, and we can read some comments here, is PSSR 2. I wonder if this game is going to be able to do what they said. Like, for example, I don't know if you guys remember, but I did a video about a month plus ago saying that Marathon is going to have a 5K resolution aspect, but internally being upscaled from 4K to appear like a 5K image. If they're going to be able to do that with the PSSR 2 and give you 60 frames or ray tracing, that's going to be massive. I think that that's what they're probably going to try to do. So I think that that's going to be one of the futures that we're going to probably see. We know Digital Foundry is going to deep dive into it and give us updates on it, and let us know what the hell is going on with that, because I'm very interested with that too. If you guys don't remember, Marathon has a 5K resolution perk coming. Some people are saying that Sony has possibly done this before, but I'm like, I don't know. I think this is PSSR 2, and now we're starting to realize that they kind of had that stuff being tested before, like we thought. Like, we saw what happened with Requiem. Like, Digital Foundry and them were saying that it's already on the physical disc before we even tested it, before that update came out. So it was something that they've been working on with a while, and I think Marathon is the same thing. So it's going to be interesting to figure out how that's going to play out, right? And see those comparisons. We got a lot coming. We got Crimson Desert comparisons coming too. I mean, gaming is just looking good right now, and Sony is on fire. The only mistake they made this year is shutting down Bluepoint. Other than that, they started off really well out of the holidays and into January, selling the Pro very well for $649, the other consoles for $399, and the 1 terabyte for I think like $440 or whatever. And then they had a really good state of play. And they have a lot of games coming out for the rest of the year. When you think about where they were last year with all the canceled games compared to where they are now, turning around everything, giving you a whole bunch of games now, giving you PSSR 2, giving you good deals in the holidays, being pro-consumer, just only doing that cancel, that's it. And then Marathon got turned around. It's #1. PSSR 2 is blowing up all over the place. It's way better than what we thought it was going to be, or better. And we're getting what we expected to get. And then you just see all this looking pretty good. And then they got Ghost of Yotei Legends coming this month, Sorrow's coming next month, pulling out from Steam, improving their identity. Though I know some people could probably disagree with that if they're not in the PlayStation world, without realizing this makes the competition better. Good. Now step your game up over there and make your platform more interesting. Steam is doing well anyways, but bring out that Half-Life 3, because that's going to be exclusive and they're not going to share it. If it happens, you know what I mean? Or Valve makes like a Portal 4 or whatever they do, they usually make it on Steam only, and you never see Counter-Strike leave there. You never see Dota leave there. This is nothing new. Like, people are not putting their games on other platforms. So the fact that Sony did that for 6 years is something people should be grateful for. It's not their fault, as I said before. People didn't support it enough and they wanted to pirate it. That's their problem. But yeah, other than that, it looks like Marathon is doing very well. Bungie's making all the right decisions here. It says Note Silk is a bonus included with the purchase of the deluxe edition only. It is otherwise unavailable for purchase. Interesting. And this guy's saying, do everything you can to make sure this game lasts for more than 2 or 3 Concord cycles. You'll have people saying that, but here's the thing. It's like, it's always going to have a base because it's Bungie, and they're still good developers. This is not Concord developers. The art doesn't look ugly like that. It's not trying to copy Overwatch. It's going to be fine. But I don't think this is going to be a game that's going to, like, take the world by storm for a long time. You know what I mean? Like, Arc Raiders did it for quite some time. It's been lasting a while. We'll see what happens with Marathon. You know what I mean? I never want no game to do negative. Unless you're just like being some hater or something. But and then they're posting again, so it's pretty obvious. You can see this person wants to say something, and you have people coming down here saying this. You know, this stuff. This, see, look, we have this stuff coming, but this is what they want to think. I believe that they're wrong, and it's like you've already been proven wrong because it's #1 on Steam. If there was no interest, it would be shown. Highguard had a spike, yes, but that was free to play, and that stuff just—it's like, oh God, please go away. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to talk about in this video. It seems like PlayStation is on the right track. And Sony's making a huge turnaround, and they want to prove their identity even more after realizing that Steam only applied 1.3% to their total revenue and like all the 5 years they shared or whatever, and that's not going to really hurt them for pulling back and improving their identity and making up for that in other departments in the PlayStation only ecosystem. Then they're going to have their Switch-like handheld come around the corner, which I know they're going to do, and they got their sights set on Nintendo and just improving. A lot of people thought Sony would get worse ever since Microsoft fell off with the Xbox, but they're not getting worse. They're not showing those signs. So I want you guys to let me know what you think about that. Leave a comment down below as usual. I think Marathon is going to do well. Now, how Marathon's going to do in the long term is going to be determined how they handle the game, right? But I think starting the first 2 months or whatever, they're going to be fine. Now, I don't know if it's going to... I don't know, but I don't think it's going to be no Helldivers, but we're going to have to see how Bungie handles the game. What type of gameplay content are they going to be adding in? We know there's going to be obviously more shells. That's something that's in other games with heroes and stuff. It's not anything new. But how you do the gameplay content and keep people engaged is what's going to matter. But historically, Bungie is known for having their games last a long time. Can they continue this with Marathon? And then show us Destiny 3? Because I don't think Bungie's going anywhere for a while. I think Destiny 3 is going to be happening. And the reason why I'm glad Destiny 3 is not happening now is because Destiny 3 is going to be able to be a PS6 type game, and it's going to look incredible and have some crazy feats. So that's the only positive way I've seen it, is like, you know what mistakes you made now. You didn't try to like continue on with that same type of like mentality. You realize what you need to do. Maybe PlayStation will get involved in that too with other departments. Make the game as epic as possible. But right now, let's get through Marathon. Let me know what you guys think about this as usual. Peace out. Keep gaming no matter what platform you're on. Later.